Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. So welcome to early morning and first day of fall here. So I decided to get on for really one reason, which is to do the plowing of the fields for the community as necessary. So field 39 came up for auction, or will be coming up. I think it's actually going to list in a few minutes here. We got notified yesterday, so I actually came in to take a look at that. It's actually plowed. Some of the fields are in that state already, although the majority of fields on the map are not. But since that's done, I'm going to take the time that I had here and figured I'll take you along to field 8 because we've got a new FM who has applied, or who is planning to apply, to get onto our server, and that is the field that they have indicated they would like. So if I do get notice ahead of time, I have the opportunity to get the field ready. Otherwise, obviously, I wouldn't see it come up for auction and they'd suddenly move in. So here you can see field 8. So not terribly large, but you know, it's a start for someone, and it also depends on how big an operation they're looking to have. So this one is not ready, so I am here to do that work and get it ready. Move over a bit just to make sure I catch all the pieces. And so, as I said, figured I'll take you along on the journey, or at least part of it, as I wait for field 26 with the wheat to be ready for harvest, which should be tomorrow. I haven't taken a look at it. I'm kind of operating out of the expectation that I had. I suppose I should take a look at it, and I will before I head out. And then obviously I'll be back in, and you'll see me when I'm harvesting there, because obviously our big mystery is going to be what's going to be the straw output of wheat compared to oats here, and just make sure that I'm doing what I need to get everything operational as much as possible in the cow barn for my time away. So I'm trying on all situations to figure out what the timing will be for certain things. Good news is, for you guys following the information, or following the series here, I think I've got enough of a backlog that you're going to see something every few days as expected. So I think I've gotten through the break. Hopefully I'll have enough time on the other end to get things together and get them out and keep things going. I've usually been pretty successful at that in the past, so I feel pretty good about it. So definitely some areas here where the field is close. I don't know exactly which parts of the land are owned. I'm assuming it's similar to what I have up on field 25, where they could put things here near the road. Obviously they've got a little bit on the hillside, but the challenge is, again, it's on a hillside. So you've got the terrain problems of putting anything large. If you have a tiny building, maybe, but on a hill like that, I don't know that anything is going to sit really well. Just about gotten around. So obviously just a couple minutes to do that. This is obviously not a very large field. So I'm going to hop out here just to get the stats so that we can see what we're dealing with. So there you go, 12.5 acres, but on 22.3 acres. So, you know, perhaps with removing wood, logging, and things like that, it's possible then that it would work out well. Let's see. Thinking if I do this, Let's see how this'll go. Because I'm hoping I can then just go straight across and just start to run through and get this field done. It shouldn't take too terribly long with just being 12 acres. I'm imagining hopefully less than half an hour. So I have that time this morning. This is actually obviously smaller than 39, so it makes it a lot simpler from that perspective. But if I had to do something, I obviously would have just come back and finished up later in the day, which is kind of the normal process for anything we do in FSN. Whoops, let me put the plow down. Otherwise we're going to have a challenge. I may still have a challenge there. I wasn't as straight as I thought. But once again, you know, part of why I enjoy doing this, as opposed to just putting contracts out there and letting others do it, gets me around the map. So, you know, this is down near the southern border. So, not as contoured as up on the north end of the map. And also not terribly near a whole lot. So that was one of the reasons I certainly had looked at these fields down here. I kind of really looked all over the map, but I just didn't find this area as enticing as where I landed. But as with any farming simulator map, you can make anything a pretty nice home depending on what your focus is. And the nice thing here is if they want to expand, there's a lot of fields in this corner of the map. And I think that's one of the reasons they shared with me that they are interested in this, is it kind of puts them away from others, and so there's less of that thing of, well, I want this field, you want this field, and you're trying to be a good neighbor and not get into a bidding war over stuff, but yet I get the desire to want to do what you can do. As you can see, we're here on 8, and again, there's quite a few fields. I mean, even if they wanted to go around there. But yeah, so the woods here is kind of what a large part of the undeveloped field is. So that can be a good project for someone if they're interested. You can do logging in the winter and take things out to expand your field. But once again, there's certainly enough fields in the immediate vicinity that you don't necessarily need to go down that path either. So that is my plan for today for this location for Misty Hills. So I'm going to continue to do this. I just figured I'd give you a little bit of information and show you an area of the map I haven't shown yet in the series, because I've really not been down here other than when I just drove through for scouting really quickly, and obviously that wasn't shared at that point. So I'm going to wrap this up, and I will see you next time.